he thought that he was gonna come up here and control what we got going on, man. And try to tell us what we can say and what we can't say. That goes into what we were saying earlier. How these people think that they're gods. But you ain't no God, man. You gonna find out who the true God is, man. And his name is Yahweh. You gonna find out who his people is. And his people is the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who you have been despising, man.
That's right.
We have every right in the fucking world to feel the way we feel. And the scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And we're up fucking set, man. We're tired of you crackers, man.
That's right. That's right.
Did you grab Malachi? Let that come out.
Malachi 1:1. No, I'll just skip. Verse 3. No, sorry, for 2. I have loved.
Because he wanted to know his nationality according to the Bible. The brother quoted Genesis, the 25th chapter. You know, you're the children of Esau. You're the children of Edom. Go ahead.
Malachi 1:1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Who was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord. Yet I loved Jacob and hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord has indignation forever. And the word indignation means righteous anger. Because in the scriptures, Nehemiah 1:3-1, woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. We're to pray. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we're still under captivity under the so-called white man. Just because we're not in chains don't mean we're not under you, devil. That's why a nigga gets shot down. That's why a white man can do the exact same crime and not even go to jail.
That's right.
We're still under captivity under you so-called white people. And then you have the nerve to ask, why are you so mad? What about love? You haven't shown love.
We got jobs. We got jobs. We got jobs.
Get some pigmentation.
Yeah, and like I said, get some pigmentation. The so-called white man said it was a human. You're not human technically. The word hue means color. You don't have color. The Lord stripped you of your color. You're red. Your skin shows forth. Your blood shows forth through your skin. That's why you turn red. That's why you're red.
That's right.
That's what the scriptures say. There's no such thing as a white person. No person is white on the entire planet Earth.
That's right.
This sign, on the edge of this sign is white. This is white. The so-called white man is red. There are different shades of red. From pink to dark red, that's colors.
This is 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Hey man, that's what we're about, man. We out here pushing the word of the Lord, letting the Negroes, Latins, and Native Americans know, you know what I'm saying, that this so-called white man, like we say so-called, all right, because he put that label on himself, and these other nations calling us brown, black, white, this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? The Most High don't deal with colors. He deals with nationalities, race.
That's right.
And he separated the races, all right, according to the children of Israel. So, as the scriptures say, for all the hell that that's been put on us, you know what I'm saying, you know, i.e. slavery, all right, whipping our backs up until this day. You got police officers that hit us over the head with billy clubs, you know what I'm saying, hitting us over our back, our kneecaps, putting us in prison, you know, for things that, you know, 9 times we haven't even committed. You don't find out the 20 and 25 years later. Can I say, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna read this again. Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. This whole land is built off of the blood of the Native Americans.
That's right.
The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans' blood was shed. Now, is that a lie or is that a fact? That's facts. The so-called Native Americans were slain when the so-called white man came over here. What's that picture? They have their hand is shaking out, but behind them they got a goddamn Gatling gun. The so-called white man has shown nothing but hate unto the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and then you have the nerve to say, where's the love?
This is Galatians 5 and 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Let me read it again. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
So what a man sows, that's what he shall also reap. The so-called white man been showing hate and death and destruction to Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. So that's what he's going. That's what he's going to reap: death and destruction. Can get Bible Kashak can get Amos 9 and it's like it's 11, 9 and 11. You got something?
Yeah.
I got you.
You got it.
This is Isaiah 14 and 1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of their Salaki, in the land of Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
And that's what the scripture just said. We shall rule over our oppressors. The ones that's been catching hell, getting beat down, it's going to rule over their oppressors sooner than later, man. And there's going to be a big role reversal coming soon, man. It's going to be a big role reversal, man. You heathens had your time to shine over the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. But soon, we're going to rise up above you through our power. Yahweh Shem Shai. You don't have to believe it, man. But you going to believe it when it's right before your eyes, man. You ain't going to have no choice to believe it, man.
That's right.
Because when it's right in front of you, you're going to know that you fucked up. That you should have never touched the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, like it says in Obadiah.
That's right.
Thou should have never touched us, man. You should have never put us in slavery.
That's right.
You should have left us the hell alone. And
Hold on, give us a sign.
take it.
Go ahead, take that sign.
You got it.
You got something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I got something. This is Job 20 and 11, and I'm gonna read it down. You know, I gotta read it, man, because it's heavy. You know.
Hold on.
This is Job 20 and 19.
Come on, Esau.
It says because Salaki, it says his bones are full of the sins of his youth. It's Job 20 and 11. His bones are full of the sins of his youth, which shall lie down with him in the dust. You know, because all of the things that the so-called white man has to pay for, it doesn't just start with America. You know, it goes all the way back to Cain. It goes all the way to the Greeks. It goes to the Romans. You know, it goes to Edom, Idumea. You know, the Amalekites. You know, the wickedness that you have been doing to our people, it began before America, man. Verse 12, it says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, because that's exactly what those devils was doing. They were trying so hard not to call us niggas, man. It says, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, yet his meat in his bowels is turned. It is the gall of an ass within him. So it's that rages, even though he's not, you know, coming out and speaking the way that he would truly speak. You know, if this was back in the 60s, those people wouldn't be in the spirit that they were in right now. They say that they had what? They had shelters for in Detroit, you know, for black people. They would have had slave houses for black people, man.
That's right.
Back in the 50s, the 40s, in the 30s, man. Because they still had Jenkins slavery during those times. So hell, even though that they're not speaking these words or these what they would call racist words, it's still inside of them. And it's bubbling up inside of them, man. They want it to come out so bad. It says, he has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. The Most High shall cast them out of his belly. How did you get the money to buy those shelters? How did the so-called white man, like for example, J.P. Morgan, how did they become so rich? How did the Merrill Lynch become so rich? You know, which the word Lynch goes back to Willie Lynch, man, who was a slave owner. Not saying that they were related, but they share the same name, so possibly. But basically, these so-called white people that have some form of wealth in the society or throughout the whole world, they got rich off the slave trade, man. It says he shall suck the poison of asp, the viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks, the honey and butter. You know, so you ain't about to see good things, man. It says that which he labored for shall he restore and shall not swallow it down. According to the substance, Salakia, according to his substance shall the restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein. So what's the substance of the so-called white man right now? Well, what's the substance of the so-called white man? It's the world, the whole earth. This devil is over the whole earth. He has the whole earth in his grasp. He has the riches of the whole planet, man. These rich elite banking families. So the scripture says, according to his substance shall his restitution be. That means that your kingdom that you have within this world, you're going to give it over to these people over here who you hate, man.
That's right.
And we're going to take your fine-ass daughters too, man.
That's right.
You know, because you're going to have to cough them up as well.
Right.
Verse 19, it says, because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he have violently taken away in the house which he built not. You took away America, man. And yesterday you had a celebration commemorating taking America, man. Set your cracker ass up,
That's
man.
right.
Walk up the street, man.
I do Reddit.
But they commemorating the taking down of the Native American Indians, man. A house that they built and not, they took America. It says, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And when you look up the word wicked, it doesn't mean wicked as in somebody that's evil. It means the laborers. Hey,
I got it.
Reach the ears of Sabbath.
Oh no, I got. Oh shit, I don't have. I got the Amos 9 though.
The cry of those that have reaped down your fields, that have reached the ears of Sabaoth, man. The Lord of hosts. So the cries of the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who you have oppressed and who you are continuing to speak proudly against, although you have our people oppressed, have reached the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And what he's going to do is send his son, the same way that he sent us to get delivered out of the land of Egypt, man. And he's going to destroy this place.
I got something real quick. Amos 9, verse 13. Behold, the days come, said the Lord, Yahweh, by Shem Shai, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed, and the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
Hey man, you think we give a fuck, man, that you have shelters, man? Hey, like just to say it again, the scriptures say that their children shall seek to please the poor, man, and their hands shall restore their goods. Everything that you're giving back to our people, calling yourself helping them out, it belongs to them any goddamn way, because the scriptures say that the world was created for our sakes, man.
That's right.
Everything inside of this planet belongs to us. But yeah, you got Americans wicked as hell, man. You got children that got two daddies, man.
Woo! You got women that got more than one father with all her children.
Woo! I was talking about these faggot ass men right here, man. They got two daddies. Hey, that Cheerios commercial, Luke. Oh no, that was Campbell's. Luke, I am your father. I am your father too. Like, this place is disgusting, man. And we gotta live amongst this abomination. And we feel like Yahweh Shai. How long shall we be with this filthy and unfaithful and unclean and foreign generation, man? Read it again.
Verse 13. Behold, the day is come, said the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper.
That the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Who is the plowman? We are the plowmen, man. Who are the reapers? The reapers is a so-called white man, woman, and child, man. Beginning with the originally banking families. That's really who it is, the originally banking families, man. Go ahead.
And the treader of grapes, him that soweth seed in the mountain shall drop sweet wine, and all the hills shall melt.
That sweet wine and that is your blood being shed in the thermonuclear destruction, man.
And I will bring again the captivity of my people of Israel, and they shall build the waste cities and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and drink the wine thereof, and they shall also make gardens and eat the fruit thereof.
And although it says that we're going to do it, it's going to belong to us, but really we're going to have these other nations doing it, man.
That's right.
They're going to be under our slavery. They're going to be under our subjection, man. They're going to be under our tribute. They're going to be the ones building up. We ain't going to lift for God. We ain't going to lift a finger in the kingdom of heaven, man. We ain't going to have to build our palaces. You know, we're going to have you Hiram's amongst you other nations building our palaces and building up our kingdoms and planting our vineyards, man. The same way that y'all had us do it through blood, sweat, and tears, man.